Blasé Hollywood, accustomed to gala openings, turns out for the most spectacular of them all. The world premiere of the $1.5 million fairy tale fantasy, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Replicas from the first feature cartoon thrill thousands who turn out for a glimpse of lovely Marlene Dietrich with Doug Fairbanks Jr. and a parade of stars. Here's George Arliss, Dean of Stage and Screen, and Luella Parsons, leading Hollywood commentator. Handsome Preston Foster, one of the most popular stars with the fans. Shirley Temple is just as enthralled as are the grown-up stars and moviegoers with the Seven Fantastic Dwarfs. They amuse comical Bob Burns as much as Mickey and Minnie Mouse. From the fertile genius of a great artist comes quacking Donald Duck. Walt Disney, who created these lovable characters, brings to motion pictures a new medium for a greater art, and it looks like a Snow White Christmas for all.
Disney scales back Snow White Hollywood premiere amid Rachel Zegler and Gal Gadot controversies. Yikes. Let's get into these Reddit comments, shall we? I feel like this movie has been about to come out for 40 years. It weirdly looks old. Like it was done a decade ago. This ain't wicked, but it's cruel as hell. I thought that I had already read that this movie bombed at the box office, and the studio was reeling due its big budget. They all blend in these days. The movie should have been shelved the second they introduced CGI dwarfs. Have you seen the trailer? My eyes are burning. It's more like how to quit pretending to be progressive by hiring a Latina actress when you're making a backward story about 7 dwarfs living in a cave together. Don't give people with dwarfism any jobs where they are playing magical beings. He literally directly called Disney out and complained, and the community immediately pushed back on him and told him to STFU, but unfortunately for whatever reason Disney decided he was the only voice that mattered, not pulling the ladder up behind him. What an analogy to choose for this particular situation. The real controversy the article doesn't talk about is that terrible haircut/wig. They did Rachel so dirty with it. Word. That styling is really hard on the eyes. It's so bad, like it's giving Lord Farquaad. They really screwed the pooch with this one. Like you managed to piss off both political sides of the aisle. The thing is, I do like Rachel's singing voice, but I also heard one new song already and it just doesn't sound like it's going to hit with audiences regardless. My guess is this will be on Disney Plus in a month. Snow White is the one movie that under no circumstances should have been given their lazy girlboss formula. It's very much in the same vein as Bambi in that it's just a very sweet movie, and Snow White is a very sweet character. And that's fine. There are ways to remove any weird gender subtext that don't involve making her another sassy heroine who kicks butt. I think they should have played up the family aspect and had true love's kiss be won the forehead from one of her 7 adoptive parents. It's a really easy opportunity for an adoption/non-traditional family story that fits pretty organically within the canon, having Rachel be the one to inform the public of the fact Disney had indeed done exactly what they were scared they were gonna do was unfair. The executives who are making these calls need to be the ones on social media putting their face to these creative calls. The evil queen asked who was the fairest of them all, and the mirror said, "You by a mile." The end. She didn't even like being Snow White. Why did she accept playing the role? Guys, as always, leave your comment below.
For the character of Snow White.
My father was a singing teacher here in Los Angeles, and one day one of the Walt Disney representatives called his studio and asked if he knew of a little girl who could sing and speak like a child. And I was listening in on the extension phone upstairs, and I said, "Papa, how about me?"
Why, I believe you're lost. Oh, please don't cry.